A Case Study on Apple versus the Right to Repair by Jordan Perrin and Harsh Patel. Since May 2016, Apple Incorporated has been lobbying against the Right to Repair bill that has been introduced in 18 states across the U.S. so far, beginning in 2014. In 2014, the first digital Right to Repair bill was filed in South Dakota. This law would require that the original manufacturer of the product sold would be required to provide the information and documentation needed for customers and third-party repair businesses to repair their products. In 2015, Massachusetts followed suit and also filed the Digital Right to Repair bill. Through 2016, the Repair Association continued to introduce this bill in New York and Minnesota. The bill proposed in the New York State Senate failed, and it was brought to light that Apple, along with other major corporations, had lobbied against it. In late 2017, Apple users who had older models of the iPhone discovered that the most recent iOS update was deliberately slowing down their phones. In March 2019, Apple's plan to launch the Apple Genuine Parts Repair program was leaked online. This program would allow only specific repair shops to repair their products with Apple Genuine Parts, reliable parts supply, and Apple process and training. Many complain that Apple's program is far too limited and doesn't cause an effect given the small number of shops that will have access to the benefits of the program. Also in March 2019, California became the 20th state to join the fight for the right to repair movement and propose the bill. This makes California the largest state to do so. Finally, in May 2019, a right to repair bill introduced in February in Ontario, Canada, was officially killed off. Similarly to the New York bill, it was made apparent that Apple and other major companies had lobbied against this bill. Apple's major claims include the following. Users can injure themselves trying to repair their own device without guidance. The lithium-ion battery that is present in all iPhones can catch fire if punctured. Hackers can more easily infiltrate self-repaired devices if they are made more vulnerable. And finally, this bill could breach the company's right to their intellectual property. On the other hand, Apple product users claim that Apple greatly overcharges users to repair their phones through Apple when they could save time and money by repairing their own products. Environmental activists also state that some users are being forced to throw out their devices and upgrading to new ones, adding to the e-waste problem.
Now we'll discuss some of the technical details involved with the case. Apple has shown strong opposition to the right to repair law through lobbying and subtle technical moves they've made with their products. First of which was an iOS update that controlled the speed of your iPhone. This was later made aware to the public after taking a closer look at the details of the update. Apple said it was intended to help the longevity of older iPhones, but this created the overall illusion to consumers that it was time for a new iPhone, which is a lot more costly than replacing the battery. The second move of Apple was known as the Error 53 scandal. This affected iPhone 6 and 6S phones that were fixed by third-party services. After fixing and updating the iOS, the system would detect the repair job and display an Error 53, making the iPhone worthless. It was Apple's way of telling consumers to only allow Apple to fix your iPhone. A little about the right to repair legislation. This bill is very similar to a bill that Massachusetts passed in 2012 called the Motor Vehicle Owners' Right to Repair Act, which required car manufacturers to release all necessary documentation to allow owners to repair their vehicles. Essentially, the legislation gave the consumer full control of their car. The right to repair legislation intends to achieve the same thing, but with electronic devices. It allows consumers to get their electronic device repaired by third-party services without the worry of facing consequences, which in most cases, the manufacturer will void the warranty. This law will require manufacturers to release replacement parts and manuals for consumers to repair their devices at a lower cost.
Smartphone repair is a $4 billion in revenue per year business which Apple excels in because they overcharge customers to repair their products. These repairs could be done by a capable third-party repair shop or even by the owner themselves, but Apple does not release neither product parts necessary for repair nor manuals on how to do specific repairs, partially because they believe it threatens their intellectual property rights. This forces customers to either greatly overpay to fix their device or they have to purchase a whole new device.
Now some questions to consider. Should Apple's right to intellectual property in this case overpower the people's right to repair their own product? As an extension of this question, would it be justifiable for Apple to fight the right to repair bill in fear of people reverse engineering their products to make cheaper knockoff ones? But now this invites the question of who owns the product, Apple or the consumer? The consumer paid for the product, so shouldn't the consumer have the right to do whatever they want with their product?